What's up guys, it's Aaronitmar. So in the latest Nintendo Direct, we obviously received the reveal for a brand new character, Isabelle from Animal Crossing New Leaf. Now from what I've seen, she is really polarizing. There's a ton of people, of course, who are really happy that their favorite Animal Crossing character is now in the game as a fighter. And then I've seen a lot of people who are, let's say they're less than enthused for Isabelle in Smash. But regardless of the reaction, one of the big things that I've noticed people saying is that she's just an Echo Fighter, a villager. And so in this video, I'm going to go over Isabelle's moveset and explain why that isn't the case. So first off, we can just see straight away from the Smash website that she isn't listed as 45 Epsilon, but she is in fact number 68. So the game and the developers are classifying her as her own character. But let's look more at her individual moves based on what we know, and we can see that she isn't really a clone, and even more, she's not even really a semi-clone. She's more like what Luigi is to Mario. They have a couple of overlapping moves, and even with those shared moves, the animations, the function, and the properties, they're all different. Before that, let's look at what moves she has that are the same so we can actually determine how similar they are. First, her grab seems to be identical. They both simply use the bug catching net. And then there's her neutral B, which is also Villager's signature pocket move. We can see that she pocketed Cloud's Limit Break neutral B and then threw it back. I'm not really surprised that she has this, as it's such a big staple of Animal Crossing. Next up is her dash attack, and while it's rescanned with a vase rather than a potted plant like Villagers, so far it seems to be the same attack. It may have different angles or weight to it, but it does seem like the same attack so far. And finally, her final smash is effectively the same as well. However, instead of building a house around the enemy, such as in Villager's final smash, the Nooks will build the Town Hall on the enemy before it bursts and sends them flying. But functionally, it is the same final smash. It's just more representative of Isabelle and the Town Hall than it is of Villager and his house. But now let's get into the moves that are different, because they are far more frequent than those that are the same. First, we'll start with a half different move, I guess. It's hard to say based on the footage that we currently have, but Isabelle's up B has her riding a balloon swing upward. Now, Villager's up B also uses balloons, but his has him wear the balloon fight helmet, and mashing the buttons as well as moving the control stick allows you to control the speed and the direction you're moving pretty freely. We have no idea if Isabelle's is similar in this way. We don't know how much control she has over it. All we do know is that it at least also involves balloons. Next up, we have Side B, which is completely unique, in which Isabelle throws out a fishing pole, and if it grabs onto an opponent, will bring them in and throw them. This seems like a long distance command grab, and we can see that Isabelle is able to throw her opponent both upwards and backwards, so she seems to have a decent amount of control on the direction. Down B is almost like a shared move, but it's also so different that even that may be kind of stretching it. Isabelle will first bury something, and of course that's similar to Villager's planting of the tree sprout, but this doesn't have a second half for Isabelle to activate, and instead relies on the opponent to walk over what she buried. A Lloyd rocket then appears and launches the opponent upward into the air before exploding. So she's still using a Lloyd rocket just like Villager, it's just not on her side B, and her down B does plant something like Villager, but it doesn't plant a tree but the rocket itself. So it kind of is an interesting fusion of Villager's moves using what's already existing in the Lloyd rocket and the planting functionality, but making it completely unique for Isabelle. Next up is her forward smash, which is a party popper that launches the opponent. Very different from Villager's bowling ball. Next up is her down smash, which like many in Smash covers both sides, but she splashes water on both sides of her. It's really difficult to grasp the power of this move based on the footage we have, but what we can determine is that she isn't burying anybody like in Villager's moveset. Then we have up smash, which actually really threw me off at first. Initially, I thought this was some kind of special move that actually would force the opponent to stop, and then I thought maybe this is just a taunt. But after looking, I noticed that you can see some of the charge up sparks that smash attacks have. So we can conclude that this is her up smash most likely, and the sign will launch people upward. Forcing Sonic to stop in the trailer was just a cute little moment and not really an indicator of the move's usage. And finally, we have a couple of quick moves. First up is her neutral air, which has Isabelle pull out some pom-poms to cheer while also smacking the crap out of the opponent. Then we have her up tilt, where she pulls out a broom to sweep over the competition. This could functionally be the same as Villagers, but the animation and obviously the item she pulls out is different. Villagers up tilt was actually a really good kill move if you were a high enough percent. So I guess we'll have to see if Isabelle's matches that or if it's a much weaker version. It's similar but very different as well. And finally we have some move with a hammer, and I don't entirely know what this is, and I don't think anybody can give a hard answer right now. So far I've seen people guess that it's either her forward tilt or maybe her jab, and right now both of those are likely, but they are just as unlikely because we have not seen a confirmation on what her jab or her forward tilt is. But we do know that Villager doesn't have this hammer, so it's very easy to say that this is a unique move to Isabelle. So based on all of this, it's very apparent that Isabelle is not even close to an Echo Fighter. Like I said at the beginning, she very much feels like Villager's Luigi, where some moves were inspired by Villager, but there is just so much separating them that calling them even a semi-clone of the original would really feel like a gigantic stretch. And personally, I am pretty excited to see what the rest of Isabelle's moveset is and how much she differs from Villager in actual gameplay, and just to see how she plays in the game. I'd love to know what you guys think about Isabelle as a whole, and then specifically what you think about her moveset. When I saw her revealed in the Nintendo Direct, I kind of had a mixed bag of emotions because half of it was kind of me wondering if this was an announcement for Animal Crossing for Switch, and of course it ended up being both, even though I suspected that also it could be for Smash. But then I also didn't really explode with excitement in the same way I did for, say, King K. Rool or even Simon Belmont. And I think that's how a lot of the people who aren't really too excited for Isabelle felt. But I think the difference is that I'm really not complaining that she's in the game. She just wasn't one of my personal top picks, and I don't really have an insane, crazy attachment to the character like some other people do. So my reaction was sort of like, oh, cool, she's in Smash. All right, nice. While other people were like crapping their pants because Isabelle was in the game. And I think that reaction is what's different, because a lot of people were saying it's a waste of a slot, what a stupid character. And to those people, I just sort of say, like, this game isn't just for you. This game is meant to be a conglomeration, a fusion of all of gaming characters and all of what a bunch of people's favorite characters are. And so just because every single announcement isn't your number one pick, isn't, holy crap, I can't believe this character's in the game, doesn't mean that the game is any worse for it. I mean, a lot of people like Wii Fit Trainer, but picture how people reacted when Wii Fit Trainer was announced. A lot of people, it's actually a very similar reaction to Isabelle being in Smash. A lot of people thought it was a waste of a slot, what a dumb character, wow, I can't believe they're actually putting this in the game and put effort on this when they could have put effort on Waluigi or Goku or Shrek or, you know, any character. So picture how you think about Wii Fit Trainer now. She's just in the game. You know, like, you're not still furious at that one square on the character select screen. You're not furious that you see that every time you look at it. Like, she's just in the game. She's just a character. She's one of the probably 20 or 30 characters you don't even touch, so there's no point in even really being this mad about it. But yeah, I know I went on kind of a rant there, but this was just something that I saw all over the internet, on Reddit, on Twitter. Everyone seemed to be complaining about Isabelle's inclusion, and I just couldn't wrap my head around that. I mean, it's one thing to not really care for the character that gets in. It's another to really just absolutely hate the character that got in. Tell anybody who likes the character that they are dumb, that this is a waste of a slot, and that we need to have a generic anime swordsman instead of this cool dog that is a beloved character from one of Nintendo's most popular series. I don't know, it just kind of bothered me. So that's why I went on that little rant. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe, because obviously I do videos like this talking about Smash Ultimate every single week, so you do not want to miss it. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, and have an awesome day.